Okay, so quick update video. Thought it easier to explain in a video. I've been working on the quick release system to make it so that the stock works well. So I've designed this little lock block, which will be under spring tension with a couple springs in here with bolts going through them, which secures it to the back of the unit up here. It goes in this slot here. So as your stock is extending, it slides along the top of there, and then when it gets to here, the springs will make this go chunk, and then no amount of force going in this direction will unlock that unless you press this in until it stops, which will be like that, and then you can force this in like that. The lock on the other end is more of a detent, so this will slip down into here, and then you can pull on it, and then the ramp surface there will force this up, so you can pull the stock out manually without having to press the button in. You only need to press the button in order to pull the stock out. Sorry, to close it once it's been pulled out. So then this goes into this slot here, like that. These line into that hole there. These will be the material rods you chose. And so this will sit like this, except when the stock is fully extended, it gets to there. And this will then go chunk like that, and will stick proud like that. And then in order to put the stock away and fold the gun up, you press that in. I haven't finished the actual butt stock pad yet, but that shouldn't be too much time or effort to do, because it's literally just, I'm going to take this profile here, fill in the holes, and extend it downwards with a slight hook at the top and some ridges, a bit like pick rails, to kind of give it a bit of grip on your shoulder. The whole thing will fold up with the rods running parallel to the front section here. I've got a slot here, so I'll just kind of determine how long the rods are needed to be. I may also have a loop here or something to just kind of grab onto it to keep it like good and parallel. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just need to finish up the actual stock pad bit. And yeah, in this position, this would only go into the this would be fully returned currently at about that position there, and then this would pop down again. I think I made it so it's fully returned when flush, although in reality part of this will be in here. The final stock pad will be this same profile here, without this bottom bit on the bottom here. Maybe this will come in like that, and so it'll kind of match up with the base of the gun, so it'll kind of be all seamless and of the same size. Maybe also getting rid of the rail at the top here. I'm not decided about taking out the chunk here. I thought I might need it to add leverage to use this, but I realised I shouldn't need leverage if it's just this mechanism to kind of make it work. So I might move this whole lot back in again. A bit like that, just compact the gun down again. Something like that. I probably won't sculpt the stock to this angle here, just because it'll keep things simpler, be less problems, and make this means I can actually even decant the face of the stock the other way and make the whole thing a bit thinner when it gets down to the bottom. I won't make it too tall because I don't want to kind of get in the way of the gun when it's folded. And I'll need to do a bit of testing, because that might be a reason to extend this back if it gets in the way of the grip at the bottom. But yeah, that's current status. I'll probably finish the rest of this model this week, and I can print a tester. The first print probably won't work because, you know, I'm going to have to work out the tolerances and the precision on this. But yeah. And the return for making sure it falls down is going to be a couple springs around M3 bolts. So there'll be 2 M3 bolts that'll go through these holes and into the body of the print up here. And I'll have a couple of springs, coil springs, wrapped around those bolts so that when you press the whole unit in, they'll get compressed up against the body. And the springs, the bolts here won't ever be tight. They'll be what locks the maximum drop distance. In theory, you could do it without that, because the actual rods themselves will retain this. So if you push this all the way in, slide the rods in, then they'll be retained and won't be able to come out unless you pull the rods out. But I thought maybe a couple guide rods would help that as well anyways, and so that's what I'm using the bolts for. But yeah, current status.